Hi, folks. Weather getting a little active again. I'm Tom from Vickham, and we're keeping an eye on it. With 61 degrees out at the airport right now, dew point 60, so humidity is very high. With a little bit of wind, you see the clouds. All rain has already started here across much of central Louisiana, and there's some thunderstorms mixing in as well. Going up to Gina, we see the visibility reduced because of some low clouds and a little bit of fog. The camera there is higher, a good bit higher, of course, than in Alexandria. So we're in the low clouds up in that particular area, and temperatures pretty close to what we're seeing here in Alexandria and Pineville. Now, looking at the radar shot, we do see rain increasing quickly, moving to the north and to the northeast. This is out ahead of another disturbance aloft that, remember, these lift the atmosphere. If there's any moisture instability, that makes rain and some thunderstorms out of the deal. And so that's what we've got going on. Another active period of weather coming in for us here. A little bit closer look. We do see some thunderstorms. You can see some lightning embedded within this. Looks like the strongest thing right now is right along the Vernon and Rapides Parish border, moving in toward, looks like near the Leander community. And then farther to the south, we've got one in Evangeline Parish, which will be heading into northwest St. Landry, maybe southern of Avoyelles Parish there. Both of those areas have a little bit of some hail possibilities, I think, especially the one that's going on toward the Leander area right now. So keep an eye out, and I do think that we will see a risk of some hail and some strong wind with a few of these storms. But right now you see the storms are kind of scattered. But again, this will kind of fill in during the overnight period. Flood alerts will remain with the flood warning for the Calcasieu River near Glenmora in southwest Rapides Parish. Satellite and radar imagery indicating we have the storm system in the southern plains. You can see that surface low with the fronts attached to it, cold front, warm front. A lot of dynamics with this. This is a pretty strong system. We're lucky that we don't have more energy available, more high octane atmosphere or air available. We'd be in a pretty good situation for severe weather. We have low wind potential because it's kind of cool and it's not quite as unstable. You saw the rain moving through quickly during the overnight period, getting behind that on Saturday. Can't rule out a few showers during the day, and then Sunday things improving, and that will usher in a very nice period of weather for next week. Severe outlook is generally in the marginal category. That means that we've looked at the Storm Prediction Center. They've looked at the atmosphere and have finally come up with a risk. I've been thinking since yesterday that there probably should be at least a marginal risk out, and they came out with it for today. What I was looking at was some hail potential for some of these storms, and they're indicating the same thing. So for today and tonight, the potential marginal risk of severe weather coming into the forecast there. And looking at the severe threats, kind of a little bar graph. The overall threat is limited, marginal. I kind of group that into that limited category, that marginal and slight threat. Overall, with the flooding is low, but there could be some renewed flood warnings. I don't think there'll be many, but there could be a few areas get some locally heavy rainfall for tonight, and on top of what's already happened, that could cause some runoff issues. Wind and hail, I think, will be the main threats this time. Tornado can't be ruled out. That chance is fairly low, though. So what to expect through Friday night, marginal risk, that's a level 1 out of a 5-point scale there. The threat is limited in scope and severity. Main threats will be the hail and wind, as we were indicating, and a tornado, again, is possible, but it's not the main thing we're worried about. We also see some risk of some higher rainfall totals here for tonight, once again, on top of what we already have had. Some areas have had over 8 inches of rain since Monday, and so there's more rain on the way. So through noon Saturday, I think everybody gets more rain. Most of you will get somewhere between a ½ inch and an inch and a half, but I think 2 to 3 inches will be possible in some of the heavier thunderstorms, or if you get some repeat action, say you get a thunderstorm this evening and then another one overnight. That would be the kind of situation where the rain accumulation can add up and make those high rainfall totals. Let's go into the 7-day numbers. So a little front will come through Saturday. I am retaining 20% during the day on Saturday. It's much higher just after midnight. And then going into Sunday, the weather story turns toward cooler conditions 42 and 57 for your temperatures. That will be noticeably cooler. And then we bottom out Monday morning at 36, 38 for Tuesday morning. There will be some readings that are lower than that, but most of us are going to be above freezing. Now, I think the vast majority of us will not see a freeze out of this deal coming up unless it's colder than we expect. 62 for your high Monday, 66 for Tuesday, beginning to warm up just a tad before a second little front I'm going to bring in on Wednesday. Kind of an uneventful front, as there's no energy really ahead of this front to tap. No big upper level system or anything like that. So that front kind of trickles in quietly on Wednesday. Makes a little difference in temperature. See for Thursday and Friday, though. It looks like a nice weather regime coming up all next week. Kind of a peaceful, tranquil weather pattern as opposed to the active pattern that we've had over the past several days. Well, thanks for being with me. Nick Mikios and I will be watching things here later this evening. And if there are any warnings, especially tornado warnings, Nick will probably cut in on that because he watches it very closely. And he'll be back with you for your live update in the morning. I'll be back to see you tomorrow